100 pounds. Can you please help me welcoming Mango? Those two. Can we put our hands together for them? Well, I would love to let you all in on a very little secret. All of our animals do know exactly what the sound of your applause means, and it means they're doing a wonderful job. So what do you say one more time for Mango? Excellent job. Well, Mango is our little female Atlantic harbor seal, and later on in our presentation, you'll get to meet one of our California sea lions. Many people do commonly confuse these two species, but I would love to highlight a few easy ways to tell them both for you apart today. And the first is the easiest, and it's how they move right up here on land. If you take a look at Mango, a seal will spend their entire lives on their bellies. So they'll contract their very strong stomach muscles to inch or scooch across the land, and they kind of look like an overgrown caterpillar. A sea lion, on the other hand, has an adaptation known as a rotating hip bone. And this allows them to rotate those hind flippers right up underneath their bellies, and they can walk or even run on land using all four flippers. The second way we can tell them apart is the smallest, and it's the ears right on the sides of their head. If you look at a seal, you may not be able to notice any ears. And that's because true seals have internal ears, so all you can really see is a small hole or bump about an inch behind their eyes. Now if you look at a sea lion later on, you'll be able to see external ear flaps known as external pinnae. And they kind of look like little tiny Tootsie Rolls on the sides of their head. And the third way we can tell apart all seals from all sea lions are by their front flippers. If you look at Mango, she has very small front flippers, only about the size of our human hands. And their front flippers are used for steering, while their hind flippers move in a side-to-side motion known as sculling. And this can help them reach speeds of up to 15 to 20 miles an hour. A sea lion has much larger, more powerful front flippers. They're about the size of our human arms. And they'll use these to propel themselves in the water, reaching speeds of up to 20 to even 25 miles an hour, which is definitely very impressive. And now that we've highlighted just a few basic differences for you all, hopefully you'll never confuse a seal or a sea lion again. Can we thank Mango for all of her help today? She did awesome. Well, seals and sea lions are amazing animals. They possess many unique adaptations that allow them to live both on land as well as in the water. They're extremely flexible and agile creatures. This helps them to find their food on a daily basis and to avoid their natural predators. Now if you look at Mango, she's a body shape known as a hydrodynamic body shape. And if you use just a little bit of your imagination, you can see she's shaped kind of like a torpedo. They can use this body shape to help them cut through the water without wasting a whole lot of time or energy. Seals and sea lions also have beautiful whiskers on the sides of their noses. These whiskers have specialized nerve endings in the tips known as vibrissae, which they can voluntarily extend in and out, and they can use these to sense vibrations in dark and murky waters, when they can't rely on their vision to find their food and to avoid those sharks and killer whales. And Mango did a wonderful job demonstrating that with that ball. Can we put those hands together for her? Seals and sea lions also have excellent vision, and they can see below the surface better than they can above. And a little fun fact, they are colorblind, so Mango sees her worlds in shades of black, red, and white. They're also very well adapted to the marine environment, and they can hold their breath for up to 20 minutes if they wanted to, which is definitely very helpful when surviving out in the wild. Well, what do you say one more time for Mango? She's doing awesome out there. But it's very important to understand that all species on Earth are connected to one another. So the actions we take here affect the health of our oceans. And in turn, the health of the oceans affect us and our daily lives. By burning fossil fuels like coal, oil, and gas, we're releasing more and more carbon dioxide into Earth's atmosphere. And this is creating a heat-trapping blanket that surrounds the Earth. As this blanket thickens, it is affecting global temperatures, which is in turn affecting all ecosystems. But there are a few simple things we can do. By working together with our friends and family, we can support environmentally friendly companies, regulations, renewable energy sources, and even doing something so simple like recycling in our own homes, we can help to preserve and protect these animals and our environment. But what do you say one more time for Mango? She's doing awesome out there. Well, you may be hearing one of our other stars vocalizing backstage, and that's our female California sea lion. She's very talkative and she always tells us what's on her mind. And she's actually going to be in our photo program later on. So if you'd like to meet her later, feel free to purchase a ticket for that or come back to one of our later shows. We do change up every single show that we do to provide variety for both our animals and our audience members. Well, speaking of that photo opportunity, I would love to take this moment to tell you a little bit more about it. And this is a program called Behind the Splash, to chance for some of our guests to get their photo taken with one of our seal or sea lion stars. Now, if this interests you, you may have up to 5 people in your photo, but space is limited, so tickets are on a first-come, first-served basis. Tickets for this program can be purchased right up those back stairs and next to our sound booth. And part of the proceeds do come right back to caring for our animals and towards our conservation efforts. So we would love to thank you in advance for your participation in that program. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Mango can still hear you back there. What do you say we send her off with a great big round of applause? Well, I'm sure you're noticing that we are being joined by our second star today. And before I introduce him, I would love to tell you just a little bit more about him. This is our 5-year-old male California sea lion, and right now he's weighing in right around 270 pounds. But a full-grown male California sea lion can reach weights of up to 600 to even 900 pounds. So this little boy definitely has a whole lot more growing to do. Well, I would love to now formally introduce him. This is our 5-year-old male California sea lion. Can you please help me in welcoming Colby? Excellent job, Colby. Definitely a great big hello from him. But one of the most important aspects of our everyday training is known as husbandry care. And this is any medical work that we must provide our animals. Presenting their eyes, ears, mouth, nose, flippers, and even the tips of their tails is part of each animal's daily husbandry routine. And by training these behaviors, we can ensure that any medical work is restraint-free and very comfortable for both the animal and the trainer. A few examples of husbandry behaviors our animals know: we can get voluntary blood draws from their hind flippers, we can ask them to lay out for x-rays and ultrasounds, we can even have them open their mouths up nice and wide, and we can brush their teeth on a daily basis. And this definitely helps us to ensure that they are living long and healthy lives. Well, Colby did a wonderful job demonstrating that. Can we put those hands together for him? Excellent job. Now, the wild seals and sea lions typically live to be 10 to maybe 15 years old. But in a zoo or aquarium, we can almost triple their lifespans. Sea lions like Colby can live into their late 20s and early 30s. And some seals, just like our first star Mango, have even been known to live into their 40s. And this is definitely because of that excellent husbandry care. There are also no predators or pollution in their pool, and they always know where their next meal is coming from, which is, of course, all of that tasty fish that they do eat. Well, Colby's doing a wonderful job out there. What do you say one more time for him? Well, the play behavior is incredibly important for young animals. This is where they're going to develop both the skills and reflexes needed on for later in life. Through play, a young animal can learn about their environment, social interactions, all while increasing their strength and coordination. There are many forms of play, and all of these fun and games help prepare a young animal for life as an adult. Training is a wonderful learning game for animals of all ages. It allows them to get both that physical and mental stimulation that they need in order to be healthy. And I know Colby here has been working on some of his play behaviors and would love to show them off for you. So what we're going to do now is turn on my microphone, we're going to turn up some fun music, and allow you to enjoy these two playing. And remember, Colby does know exactly what the sound of your applause means. So what do you say? Can we get those hands going for him? did a wonderful job demonstrating some of those play behaviors. Now it is very important to remember that all the interactions you're seeing here today are only made possible by these trainers working each and every day to build a very special and personal relationship with these animals. It is actually a law that you must remain at least 100 yards away from any marine mammal in the wild. Excellent job, Colby. What do you say? He did awesome with that. Now, it is actually a law that you must remain at least 100 yards away from any marine mammal in the wild. You are never to touch or feed them. And this really isn't only for your safety, but it's also for the safety of these amazing animals. Well, very commonly asked question we get here at the Aqua Theater is, how do you train your animals? And we use a simple technique known as bridge and target training. Our bridge is a clicker. You may be hearing a whole lot of clicks throughout our presentation today. That's because it lets the animal know that in that very moment, they did a wonderful job and their reinforcement is coming very soon. To target simply means to touch. We teach our animals at a very young age how to target or touch the tips of their nose to a target pole or a trainer's hand. And using these targets, we can shape and guide our animals' behaviors, reinforcing them every step of the way. Eventually, we can fade these targets away and communicate with signals like our hands and our voices. And you just saw Colby working on a brand new behavior, which is porpoising. So what do you say? Can we give him some encouragement? Excellent job, Colby. Now, we also use positive reinforcement when working with our animals, which means they get a great big reward whenever they do something correct. As I'm sure you all have noticed, there have been a whole lot of fish flying around on stage today. That's because it is our animal's primary reinforcer. But we also use secondary reinforcers when working with our animals, and these can be any toys they like to play with, a back rub or belly rub from a trusted trainer. Some of our animals enjoy ice cubes and jello, and ladies and gentlemen, even your applause is a great big reinforcer, so can we give Colby another reward? Excellent job, you two. Well, accredited zoos and aquariums like Oceans of Fun and Zoo America play a pivotal role in saving species worldwide by inspiring conservation leadership. As human-caused obstacles like climate change, pollution, and habitat loss continue to impact all ecosystems, accredited facilities have become a safe haven for threatened and endangered species. Now, if you'd like to learn more about our conservation efforts or how we work to provide exceptional animal welfare,